reading a poem that I wrote last night because as a member of the review, you must do a act here. So I had to come up with one really quick. So this is my poem called Tired. Okay. I am so tired. After all that has transpired, I was supposed to be sailing clear during fourth quarter senior year. Instead, I have become procrastination's buffoon. In fact, I only wrote this poem yesterday afternoon. I tell myself I work better under pressure, but looming deadlines bring me displeasure. With only 20 class days left to go, teachers have not allowed homework to slow. A research paper here, an AP exam there, but it's getting harder and harder to bring myself to care. In 2 weeks, I'll take the AP chemistry exam, and Dr. V will see my chem knowledge is a sham. Kinetics, thermodynamics, and equilibrium too. Unfortunately, those are all things I don't know how to do. I write scholarship essays in one night, giving my parents quite the fright. Don't you want the scholarship money, they ask? Well, yeah, but not if it comes with such an exhausting task. You know, I had a French quiz today, and it went just okay. That's another AP I'll be taking in May. Believe me, it will be a very bad day. On top of all of this, the yearbook's still not done. So that's so super duper not fun. Will the yearbook ever be completed?
No.
Probably not until every ounce of my enthusiasm is depleted. I literally cry every night. So, yeah, I'm tired. And my phone just shut off. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, I'm tired, and I'm not feeling too inspired. So this is where my poem ends. Thank you for listening, my friends.
Wait, you're the only ones doing it. You guys should just walk up on stage and stuff back there.
Yep.
Oh, you can't forget Sam Rock. He showed up here to see us. Yep. He only
Yeah, and then
hey, next year.
I think she's great, man. Our coach put up
Remember when I was watching this movie about his grandmother so she could switch from ceramics and then they gave her the whole thing because the thing dropped. And then the grandmother, but then the grandmother never came. So you know what they did? This guy's their gas. Also, maybe I'll do this next year because they have another event. The student created art music.
Oh, yeah.
That's me performing. So I'll do this next year. Maybe, who knows, maybe I can play piano and you can play. We should start a band, right?
It's on the back piece.
Well, let's finish with that. Well, we'll have to come up with a better
Maybe
name.
try.
You guys can be our lead vocal and I can just play guitar. Rude.
I feel like we now have to
Do you?
I mean, literally.
Just don't pour it into your eyes. People fight like this.
Oh, like hot chocolate.
She calls herself a wizard.
Is your mic on?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Ah, there it is. Hello. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties. We're singing Gooey by Glass Animal. Oh, all right. That's popular. Ready? Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for the event at the old library. I played Blast. My dad was on the phone with my grandfather. It's Gavin.
Hello. Gavin. I wrote a little poem. Well, first I wrote a very long poem, and then I read it out loud. It was really terrible. So I wrote a short, mediocre poem. It's mediocre. I named it Living in the Vard. This one's for you, Mr. Jones. I live in a town that's covered with trees, in a pond that has a nice breeze. The center of town has a store and a church. There is not a lot more, but you can search. In summertime, cyclists rule the streets. All the fields are worn down by cleats. Most leave this town to go on vacation, but the school has a very good education. In the fall, the leaves turn very pretty. That's something you'd never find in a big city. When it gets cold, the hills are covered in snow, and the sunset always has a special glow. Sometimes I can't stand this town, but I think of all these things, and it lifts my frown.
You know, when I performed in the coffee house in the library, they did not have the usual art.
Hi. I'm going to be singing Love Song by Sarah Bareilles, and Tyler is going to play the accompaniment. Head underwater, and they tell me to breathe easy for a while. Breathing gets harder, even I know that. Make room for me, it's too soon to see if I'm happy in your hands. Unusually hard to hold on to. Blank stares at blank pages, no easy way to say this. You mean well, but you make this hard on me. I'm not gonna write you a love song, cause you asked for it, cause you need one. You see, I'm not gonna write you a love song, cause you tell me it's make or break in this. If you're on your way, I'm not gonna write you to stay. If all I have is leaving, I'ma need a better reason to write you a love song today. I learned the hard way that they all say things you wanna hear. My heavy heart sinks deep down under you, and your twisted words, your help just hurts. You're not who I thought you were. Hello to high and dry. Like me to please you, made me think that I need this too. I'm trying to let you hear me as I am. I'm not gonna write you a love song, cause you asked for it, cause you need one. You see, I'm not gonna write you a love song, cause you tell me it's make or break in this. If you're on your way, I'm not gonna write you to stay. If all I have is leaving, and I'ma need a better reason to write you a love song today. Promise me you'll leave the light on to help me see, with daylight my guide gone. 'Cause I believe there's a way you can love me, because I say I will write you a love song. 'Cause you asked for it, 'cause you need one. You see, I'm not gonna write you a love song 'cause you tell me it's make or break in this. Is that what you wanted, a love song? 'Cause you asked for it, 'cause you need one. You see, I'm not gonna write you a love song 'cause you asked for it, 'cause you need one. I forgot the words. Walk the 7 seas to believe that I can write you a love song today.
You guys want anything?
Hello.
Yes.
Is this yes, okay. So I wrote a poem as well, and I'm gonna say the name after because art or something. You are driving down a winding road, silent and smooth and peaceful. The radio on the dash gives promises of a million different songs through the silky voice of the broadcaster, and you can take a sigh of relief because, yes, this drive will be lovely. But when you listen closer and when the pavement begins to splinter under the wheels, you can pick out a certain repetitiveness that scrapes against your ears. Over and over, you can hear the same songs, a cycle of lyrics that grate on your nerves. The broadcaster's voice is ripped apart by white noise, a crackling chaos of consonants and static. The road, too, is torn into a spiderweb of withered tarmac, sending vibrations through the car, so you stop and you mute the engine. You sit there for a moment, a long moment, with the radio still begging to be heard, throat raw. You try to switch the channel, chalk it up to a bad station, but songs and electric sandpaper continue to break through the silence woven together between wilting trees, and you begin to think. You think maybe you should turn off to a different route. You think maybe this is all the radio has to give. So you turn off the radio, setting up your phone to sing as best it can without the speakers of the car. The engine starts to sing again, a low rumble that reaches into your core inconspicuously, and the car moves slowly. Slow enough to try to not to startle the broken pavement more than you already have. You blissfully tell yourself you're leaving no trace behind. And when a sign points towards an exit, one with greener banks and a tranquil ride, you turn off, never thinking twice about the road you left crumbling. And that's called In Which I Am Both the Road and the Radio.
No, I gotta remind you. Anything interesting happen? Good job. Hey, anything interesting happened today?
I'm so proud of you guys.
Hey, you should sing this. Glenn, you should have sung some song in the tournament last year.
I don't really like to sit down, so I'm gonna move this over here.
He's also
He's just, I'll see what you prepared. Last time I did this, I didn't really know where to look, and I'm kind of having that problem again. I also got mustard on my shirt.
Yeah, okay. I wrote a song like a really long time ago, and I'm playing that and something I wrote like a week ago. It's like a minute long, and I added it at the beginning. I don't really have a name for it. The song is called Charged. The thing at the beginning is like, it's whatever. Okay, you can play it if it works. Yeah.
Ari got me make some paper, yeah.
Yeah, have you heard that? No, we haven't never passed when the work flat. It can drag little ass and get burnt stand. But we had like a dab in the way back, absolutely, I'm massive dookies. I can say no, pass it to me, I got the fake, all chain my neck, and I'm feeling that. Till I feel it flying when I'm with it. Yeah, check yourself on the corner floor. I never really seen it like this before. Just check the course, I'm on my track, don't call it back. Drop on the fat, had to flow, yeah. Hey, you know that. How you go on the old track, don't like you know a dog rap rolls on the floor, cause he's throwing a clone that. Oh my god, I can't explain that. Cause you already know I call it genuine. I know I fall a lot, I think my laces loose, I get up. Yeah, I don't grab the sky, put my hands on the ground, put your way all around, maybe saving a pan if that's enough, cause I know the exchange rate. And I don't know, but I ain't safe staying still. I ain't made it still. I can't pay the bill to be crazy. Hell, I can't wait the pills. It's like 80 mil. I'm my own pocket. Who's copping that? If I had a wallet, try to cop a bag of like great babe, but a box of woods and a hot box of woods, burning lots of wood. Cause it's fine. It's still in my windows, and I'll send for help on myself, on my friends' clothes. Let me vent, wow. I spend dough. Please send hope. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my God, I can't explain that. Cause you already know I call it genuine. I know I fall a lot, I think my laces loose, I get up. Yeah, oh my God, I can't explain that. Cause you already know I call it genuine. I know I fall a lot, I think my laces loose, I get up. Yeah, so that was, I did that some amount of days ago, and then I wrote this song, which should play in a second, hopefully.
Yeah.
Alright, it should have right now. Yeah. I did this, honestly a while ago, but I like it, so. Yeah, I'm cheesy, my money go in a rat fund. 15% tax that from a rat does. I buy junk food and my gas with change finding my cash. If white laces and bleach nicks, I wear shoes on the seam. Bring my neck white tees with shy see. My jeans black but half clean. Yo, this dark, I'm the color dude like my God, y'all lot of blue. That's all the blue, you run in the coupe, I want two door before running through. Take grass up for school work, my back break, but I do work. Cause I hella high, can't find it close. You know, mama jokes, I got head adult, yeah. I'm wavy, maybe section 80, I'm later, maybe pay me baby, I'm waiter, I call it section 80, I'm later, maybe pay me baby, and I smile back, I smile back, I smile back, usually, I smile back, I smile back, yeah. You got energy, you got stuff to do, I got a lot of charge, you go hit the grid, only tag a line, just text it, bro, like a statue phone, the best of you all want vagabonds in my background, wanna drive it down before I grab the crown, I wanna grab the crown, sag down and out, and I'll loop the block, now I kinda dash, got a side chick list, like a hit list, trying to get a lick take, pick out at the head ditch, running out of time on a guy, they take legs, until the tick, they trying to get my blick, yeah, individual limits, trying to sing my flow, she shaking my face, don't blink, don't slow, if I drink grape soda, and I think that nose like a smile, I'm trying from ink, my motors, I go damn way out, we go damn way back, you hear this land I found, I'm trying to expand my ground, I'm standing off the bow, my scope is looking south, I'm feeling warmer now, I'm like a quarter round, yeah I go damn way out, and we go damn way back, I see this land I found, I'm trying to expand my ground, I'm standing off the bow, my scope is looking south, I'm feeling warmer now, I'm like a quarter round, cause I'm wavy, I call it section 80, and I'm later, maybe pay me baby, I'm wavy, call it section 80, I'm later, maybe pay me baby, and I smile back, I smile back, I smile back, I I smile back. I smile back. I smile back. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I started driving in a pilot, wow. Now I drive a bicycle, I'm flipping stuff to buy a show. Wow. I keep my head up, watch my back down. I constantly go back down, backstabbing that clown. Wow, I'm making Santa Clara rain down. I came out the barrel, made a bang, blow, I slay now. Wow, who got the knickknacks to face me? I spit like I'm dipping out the can. Here's a handkerchief. That's all I wrote. Thank you.
I've never done this one. Is this mic'd?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never done this piece with a mic before, so we'll see how it goes. This is a clipping of a novel that I usually do for speech competitions, but there's an intro that'll actually explain what's going on. Two black streaks of mascara ran down both sides of Mama's cheeks. The lipstick Faye had applied was faded too. I was supposed to have cleaned her up when I came in. Of course, I hadn't had the nerve. Mama's pretty pink dress was wet. Leaves plastered all over the bodice and the skirt. The dress from Daddy. A dress that was all about love. How silly it looked now with wet, soggy leaves all over it. And Mama just lie there like she enjoyed lying in a wet dress with makeup all over her face. Can't you hear nothing? I reached over to shake the metal bed railing as if I could wake her up by sheer will. A big old cyclone could carry you off now and you wouldn't even notice. You wouldn't even care. Don't you want to wake up? You look stupid, your hair and dumb old makeup all ruined, but you just stay asleep. Always asleep. Long-term illness is never easy to deal with. When a parent falls ill, their children may find themselves worried or confused about the situation, or even guilty that the parent is suffering so much. Olivia Mouton is a young girl who believes that she caused the accident leading to her mother's coma. Motivated by her guilt, she bravely explores both places and emotions that she'd never visited before. The Healing Spell by Kimberly Griffiths Little. Mirage Alaman lived on the edge of the Bayou Teche, at the place where the bayou narrowed the swampland. Daddy had always told me never to go beyond that point, but he'd never actually forbidden me to go to Miss Alaman's house itself. The front door creaked open a sliver, and a pair of black eyes watched me as I walked forward. Miss Alaman, I came to ask for your help, ma'am. A shadow moved behind the door. Right now, I wanted to be somebody else, someone who would never hurt anybody again. I guess that was one thing I learned today. I couldn't go backward, no matter how much I wanted to. I can only go forward. Who are you? I'm Olivia Mouton. Well, don't you think you better come in if you want my help? I finished climbing the rickety porch steps and slowly walked past the threshold. My mind was racing. How does a person ask for healing? You probably heard about my mama, who's been a healer in this swamp since she was a young married girl. My mama's the one folks talk about. Wild gray hair that looks like a rat combed it, and wrinkles so deep you could lose your finger in them. Well, my mama's been passed on close to 6 months now. Most folks don't know that. Oh, right, I'm sorry to bother you. Shh. I don't think you understand, Miss Olivia. I also possess the gift for healing. I have the power even more than my mama did. Will you come with me to heal my mama? Oh no, sweetie. I'm not going to heal your mama. I'm going to help you heal your mama. Her words knocked the air out of me. Miss Alaman left the room. She came back carrying a small oblong box and lifted the lid. A moment later, a piece of yellow string appeared with knots tied into it. This string has been dipped in healing herbs, like rosemary and ancient myrrh. It's also been blessed with holy water. You're going to tie this string around your mama's ankles. As you tie the string, I want you to find a memory for each knot. How do I tie a memory? The string ain't long enough. You don't tie the memory into the string, Livy. I want you to remember all the things you love about your mother and all the good things she's done for you. What if I don't have any good ones? You'll remember, but it's okay if you have a memory you want to get rid of. Remember the good and let go of the bad. Can you do that? It was gonna be hard, but I was willing to try. Maybe this is what Daddy meant when he said I should try harder to love and understand Mama. As I shook the bed even harder, Mama's body began to rock back and forth, her hair spilling across the pillow. Livy! Daddy's voice thundered from the doorway. I quickly pulled my hands away. There was a horrible, awful silence as we stared at each other. The disappointment in his eyes hurt worse than a knife in my chest. I ain't trying to hurt her, Daddy, I promise. It was too late for hospitals or traitors. It looked like my mama was gonna stay in a coma forever, and now my daddy knew how wicked I was. I ain't trying to hurt her, Daddy, but I did hurt her in my boat. I've been so scared she'd never wake up again, that she was gonna be in a coma forever. I'd just been wanting to smash that boat and burn it, just like you burned up that stump. What are you talking about, Livy? What happened to your pirogue paddle? The one I made for you last summer. Hid it in the shed? I've been poling ever since. I noticed that. Now I want you to tell me the truth, even if you think it's gonna hurt me. What do you think happened to Mama? I glanced at Mama lying on the bed, and I could still see the whole thing. Mama's arms and legs splayed out crooked, her hair floating across the surface like a dancing lily pad, blood trickling out from her head like red Christmas ribbon. As the blood began to spread across the top of the water, I was terrified an alligator would smell the blood from down the bayou and come eat her. Faye screamed for an ambulance, and Daddy ran from the shed to pull Mama out himself. But he didn't see the accident. Nobody had, but me. We was supposed to go to the beauty parlor, so I told her I hated her. She told me to go back to the dock, that I didn't understand anything she did for me. I was so mad I stood up and rocked the boat, and then I started swinging the paddle to get her to listen to me. Livy, I know you'd never purposely hurt your mama. Daddy, I hit her head with the paddle and she fell out. Mama almost drowned, but I never thought she'd get a coma. Livy, I want you to listen to me real good. That tiny paddle of yours ain't nowhere near strong enough to knock a person out and put him into a coma. What's more, Mama was a good swimmer. You hearing me, Sugar Bee? What hurt Mama was hitting her head on that monstrous rotten cypress stump. That's where that gash come from, and all them stitches. Not that lightweight bitty paddle. I felt as if my daddy had taken my transgression, put it on himself, and redeemed me. But if I hadn't rocked the boat, an accident. Just an accident. Mama knows that. She has to wake up, so I can tell her how sorry I am for all the things I said that day. The good thing is, Livy girl, you don't have to wait for Mama to wake up. You can tell her anytime you're ready. Maybe Mama and I could have a love that was stronger and deeper than I ever thought was possible. I couldn't explain how, but I felt the hugeness of that knowledge bursting from my toes, rising up to my heart, and feeling everything in between. Maybe the healing spell from Miss Alamon wasn't just meant for Mama. Maybe it was meant for me all along.
No, there isn't any water. You have to get it from the fountain. Corey told me when I wanted to get that.
Max, I need the palette for this. There's no open outlet. Take 9 volts. I think there's 3 sets. No, I think there's 3 sets. Yeah, that's what yeah, Max, do you like what the Dutch is like? Yeah, this got supposed to be.
Yes, she does.
For sure. Alright, we're just gonna have to look at mine because, well, if that doesn't work, it will work. Oh, wait, no, we don't need
I was supposed to shoot a wedding. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, but they grow, you know.
I just said no,
I can tell you to stay. And Alex and Anita. And I'm still friends with them. She sends a lot
You're a rock with a very sensitive. No one's. You know, that's Ryan's.
Alright.
You know what Ryan?
That was kind of like a jam thing based on a Cream song. Well, it was a Cream cover of an old blues song called Spoonful. Anyways, this is a Doors song called Riders on the Storm. Yeah. Sure, just checking to make sure it's like still on track. Right. Alright guys, what's the song? Here, I don't want to play something. Hello. Alright guys, I'm going to try my hand in singing tonight. Although I don't know what to do that.
That's flat. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm dead out of tune.
She's like, sure, we have a band here as well. Just stop.
All right. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can find. All right.
This is another song by Jonathan Richman.
And this is a true story of a man from Natick. All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, this is a true story of a man from Natick. Well, I was dancing at a nightclub one Friday night, and the nightclub bar was a little uptight. Yeah, I was dancing all alone, a little self-conscious, when some kids came up and said, "For dancing, come with us." And soon, I was dancing at a lesbian bar. I was dancing at a lesbian bar. Hit that beat, Max. Change. Guitar. Well, I was down to the lesbian bar in the industrial zone. I was dancing with my friends, dancing alone at the first bar. Things were alright, but in this bar, things were Friday night. In the first bar, things were just alright. This bar, things were Friday night, and I was down to the lesbian bar. I was down to the lesbian bar. I went down to the lesbian bar, way downtown. I was there to check the scene, hang around at the first bar. Things were starting to stare, but in the spot, things were laissez-faire. The first bar, things were starting to stare. This spot, things were laissez-faire. I went down to the lesbian bar. I went down to the lesbian bar. At the first bar, things were doing sips, but in this bar, they couldn't shake their hips. Got the lyrics. I was dancing at the lesbian bar. I was down to the lesbian bar.
Yeah. And then we're doing the middle of this little over this and like yeah, it's fine. This is just like a bunch of like Led Zeppelin songs put together, pretty much. Okay.
super awesome. We're gonna have a quick 5-minute intermission so everybody can get up, get some snacks, and chat about the acts they've seen so far. And then after 5 minutes, we'll come back here and have the last half of the show. All right.
Yeah, they went out for like half
Yeah, pretty much. It is. And my explanation goes down like it's not. No,
Hey guys. Okay, so this is kind of following in Liam's footsteps about gun violence, and it's a little long, so bear with me. But a few of my friends from Florida were in the Parkland school when the shooting happened, and they're okay, thankfully. But ever since, the subject's been very close to my heart. So here goes. This poem/story that I wrote called "The Time for Change Is Now." Alex Schachter, Jamie Gutenberg, Elena Petty, Meadow Pollock, Luke Hoyer, Peter Wang, Nick Dworet, Alyssa Alhadeff, Casey Bernal, Steve Currow, Corey DePuter, Kelly Fleming, Matt Ketcher, Daniel Mauser, Daniel Rohrberg, Rachel Scott, Isaiah Scholes, John Tomlin, Lauren Townsend, Kyle Velasquez, Coach Dave Sanders, Caroline Pervitti, Noah Posner, Charlotte Bacon, Jack Pinto, Olivia Engel, Dylan Hockley, Catherine Hubbard, Abiel Richmond, Anne-Marie Murphy, Jessica Ricos, Victoria Soto, Lauren Rousseau, James Mattioli, Josephine Gay, Rachel Diavino, Benjamin Wheeler, Chase Kowalski, Anna Marquez Green, Mary Sherlock, Daniel Barden, Dawn Hotchbum, Grace McDonald, Emily Parker, Nancy Lanza, Madeline Zhu, Allison Wyatt, Hannah Allers, Heather Alvarado, Doreen Anderson, Carrie Bernat, Jack Beaton, Steve Berger, Candace Bowers, Denise Birditis, Sandy Casey, Andrea Castilla, Dennis Cohen, Austin Davis, Thomas Day Jr., Christiana Duarte, Stacy Etchebert, Brian Frazier, Carrie Galvin, Dana Gardner, Angela Gomez, Rocio Gwilyn Rocha, Charleston Hartfield, Chris Hazencombe, Jennifer Topaz Irvine, Teresa Nicole Kimura, Jessica Kleinchuk, Carly Creebom, Rana LaRoque, Victoria Link, Jordan Mealdune, Kelsey Meadows, Kala Marie Medig, James Melton, Patricia Mestas, Austin Meyer, Adrian Murfitt, Rachel Parker, Jenny Parks, Carrie Parsons, Lisa Patterson, John Phippen, Melissa Ramirez, Jordan Rivera, Quentin Robbins, Cameron Robinson, Tara Rowe, Lisa Romero Muniz, Chris Royhall, Brett Schwanbeck, Bailey Schweitzer, Laura Ship, Eric Silva, Susan Smith, Brennan Stewart, Derek Taylor, Nisa Tonks, Michelle Vo, Kurt Montillo, Bill Wolf. In the time it took me to read these names of just a few gun violence victims, Nicholas Cruz entered Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School and opened fire, killing 17 with a legally obtained AR-15. In the time it took me to read these names, Eric David Harris and Dylan Bennett Klebold entered Columbine High School using a High Point 995 carbine and Savage 67H pump action shotgun to kill and injure 37. In the time it took me to read these names,
Stephen Paddock began and ceased fire, killing 58 and wounding over 500 people with an AR-15, one of over 40 guns he legally owned, at the Route 91 Harvest Festival in Las Vegas, Nevada. In the time it took me to read these names, Adam Lanza entered Sandy Hook Elementary School, killing 26 children and adults with a legally purchased Bushmaster model XM15 E2S. In the time it took me to read these names, Omar Mateen entered Pulse nightclub and opened fire on a crowd of over 300 people, killing and injuring 102 with a legally bought 6-SOR MCX rifle. How many more mothers and fathers will lose their children to gun violence? How many more children will be told they'll never see their parents again? Every one of those names I read, they're people, real people who existed in this world, who have brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, sons, and daughters. They have family members that will never get to see them again. The time for change is now. Each and every one of us in this room can advocate. We can advocate for those who can't anymore. For a world rid of automatic weapons that can kill more people than there are in this room right now in under 3 minutes. How many more names will be on that list? How many more lives will be lost? Thank you.
Can I make this higher? No. Okay, I'm just gonna move it. What up, guys? So, I wrote this poem for English class, and I'm here reading it, trying to get some extra credit. So, here we go. I titled this poem, Soccer Mom. At the train, I see someone parked in the lot. She drives a Suburban, so she takes up 2 spots. Though she only has 2 kids, she definitely needs the car. I'm proud of my honor student sticker. That kid's going far. She has a stick figure family too, including her golden retriever, probably named something soft, like Lulu. Her kids file out, their names Jared and Lynn. My little angel, she says, as one kicks her in the shin. After, the little boy runs off looking smug. In her hand, she holds a "My kids love me" coffee mug. Inside, decaf coffee with 12 shots of espresso. Her independent kids still need help with their Velcro. Her fake blonde highlights in her layered hair be seen with her natural color, she wouldn't dare. It reads, "May I speak to the manager, please?" It's wine o'clock keychain on her keys. Some other signature quotes include, "The coach doesn't see your talent like I do." On the sidelines, she watches Jared and Lynn play. Her kids are really not the best, frankly, just okay. She doesn't know the rules of the game at all, but still she shouts, "Hey ref, keep your eyes on the ball." That's offsides is also a go-to. Home in the crock pot, she's cooking a stew. Rain, snow, sleet, she'll be at the game. If her kids' team loses, her kids are not the ones to blame. She rushes back home for PTA. At the meeting, she'll shout, "What a crazy day." People have already heard all of her stories. Then after, it's off to book club at Lori's. She brags about her smoothie diet plan, and then they discuss the best place to get fake tans. Her car has a ton of miles on it. With practices and lessons, her time is split. A long day ends with wine and TV, planning on ways she could really use that degree. Before bed, she packs the kids their food. Healthy snacks are in high amplitude. There's a lot of work, but she really loves it, as long as she can find someone to babysit. Thank you. No hate to the moms out there. You guys do really great work.
Testing. So, I'm Colin. Majority of the people here knows me as Kern. To all the adults, please don't ask, I don't know either. I'm going to be reading some of the poetry I've written. This is the first time me reading it actually in public like this, so my apologies in advance. So, with me in poetry, it's been there for me, long story short. When I've fallen into the darkness, instead of me just wallowing in it, I've decided to create, and that's made the difference ever since. It might be why, to be honest, I'm still here. So yeah, on that happy note, let's go. This first one is actually supposed to be a song, but because I don't have the musical talents as some people here, I'm just going to be reading it out loud. Legends may never die, but us heroes, we will not survive. But we still rise and draw our swords, charging off into the bloody war, not afraid, because we believe in what we're fighting for. We cut, we fight, not afraid to die. Look our enemies in the eyes. Never hear us plea, ignore your cries, always merciless. Answering my brother's call, resisting the darkness law. But in the end, if we do fall, we will rise from the abyss. We stand together side by side, taking our oath in the dead of night, only observed by the moon's fading light. Drinking the blood sacrifice, we stand together united, our purpose having been enlightened. Trying to make the wrongs righted, our enemies having been already sighted. But as we begin to meddle, to charge off into battle, thrusting our life to our metal, we remember the pact we have settled. Some of us that fall do die, some of us that fall don't rise, but you never hear them plea or cry, accepting their fate with a silent goodbye. Yet some of us do fall, and despite what we sworn, emerge from the darkness with their sword. Drawn against their will, but drawn by their own accord, consumed by the darkness' strengths and lords. Choosing to fight against their own brothers, causing us to fight one another, making our clear line all muddled, testing our faith and our motto. Now here I stand alone, in a dark road all alone. My strength sapped to the bone, trying to uphold what I've sworn. My brothers all gone, defeated, into the darkness we receded. Our oath all but upseated, me the only source to relieve it. So come now, let us fight. I have faith of my oath in the night, only seen by the moon's waiting light, of saying the things that have been wrong to right. I fall down flat, finally defeated. The darkness comes in, but I refuse to meet it. My fallen brothers, which the clash has awoke, remember their faith, their order, their oath. They lend me their sacred blood, which their bodies hoard. I rise back up, my battle not yet over, my faith, my ember restored. With a steady stare, without a word, I acknowledge our fight, I raise my sword. To fight to the death, to fight for my brothers. My final battle I will not miss, for I am the abyss watcher, and I will rise from the abyss. I can tell right now my face is extremely red, so we're going to continue and ignore that. This next poem, despite what Mr. Jones has said, I do have to read it twice. And just a warning beforehand, as Mr. Murphy said when he read it, when I read it the first time, it's going to be extremely depressing. But don't worry, each story has its own side, two sides. Each coin has two sides. Given up, never have I felt happy. All my life now has felt cold and empty. I now have never felt warm. I now have always cried my salty tears. With you, I have never laughed with joy. Because of you, I always feel alone. I know I will never trust you. I will always doubt you. I can never love you. I will forever hate you. I cannot go on. With you, I will always be distant and cold. With you, I will never deny giving up. Now I'm going to read that same poem, but I'm going to be reading it backwards. Deny giving up. With you, I will never be distant and cold. With you, I will always go on. I cannot hate you. I will forever love you. I can never doubt you. I will always trust you. I know I will never feel alone. Because of you, I have always laughed with joy. With you, I have never cried my salty tears. I now have always felt warm. I now have never felt cold and empty. All my life now has felt happy. Never have I given up. That's it.
Good evening. Colleen and I here are going to be singing Home by Jack Johnson.
Gotta get home, there's a garden to tend. There's fruit on the ground and the birds have all moved back into my attic with whistle and static. The young one to fly, I will patch all the holes up again. Well, I can't believe that my lime tree is dead. I thought it was sleeping, I guess it got fed up with not being fed. I would be too, I need food in my belly and hope that my time isn't soon. And so I'll try to understand what I can't hold in my hand. And whatever I find, I'll find my way back to you. And if you could try to find it too, 'cause this place is overgrowing wax and gloom. Home is wherever we are if there's nothing to. Back of my house is a trail that won't end. Been walking so long that it grew back in. There's no trail at all, only grass growing tall. Get on my machete and battle with time once again. But I'm bound to lose, 'cause I'll be damned if time don't win. And so I try to understand what I can't hold in my hand. And whatever I find, I'll find my way back to you. And if you could try to find it too, 'cause this place is overgrowing to wax and gloom. Home is wherever we are if there's love there too. Home is wherever we are if there's love there too.
What, can you hear me? Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm Mariana. I'm going to read a poem for English like Lauren did, but I didn't know this was extra credit, so okay. So this is called Your Average Millennial. So here we go. At the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn, I spot a lad yonder wearing a grin. His outfit resembles Harry Styles, updates his social media profiles. His name's Liam, according to Facebook, keeps a bullet journal in his notebook, gracefully ties his man bun back to place. Here's your generation is a disgrace. Checks his phone if his Uber is near. His parents always question his career. Mom, Dad, he's an influencer. Don't fret. His LinkedIn connects are top-notch, I bet. While others wonder what is for lunch, he texts his friends, where to for the next brunch. His go-to meal is the avocado toast. Does his wrongs, group chat is now group roast. Hops on Tinder to find a gal in town, but he wishes to not now settle down. Watches a new Netflix show with his dates and orders takeout from the app Postmates. His friends then text, done with Netflix and chill, following, yo, Venmo me last night's bill. He's vegan and processed sugar-free, non-GMO and gluten-free is key. Every year he updates his new iPhones instead of paying back his student loans. Complains how short his phone battery lasts, sets time aside to listen to podcasts. With the housing market on a decline, oh wait, I just lost my place, all right. Plans to live in a tiny house, it's fine. He prefers kombucha only on tap, checks his friends' locations on Snapchat map. Plans to find himself in New York City, told his parents that not to seem lazy. Sick of hearing baby boomers complain. We get it, John. You lived in time of pain. I feel sympathy for him to conclude. Not his fault there are no more jobs. It's screwed. With that being said, hope New York brings luck, and he no longer in his life feels stuck.
So, Greer, Lily, and I. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Just trying to bring some more energy in here, that's all. Okay. There was a crack. Okay, we're good. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna play 2 songs. And the first one is Here Comes the Sun. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles have turned into their faces. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's alright. I don't want that so much. And now we're gonna do Wildflowers by Tom Petty. You
So, the program says friends to the max because I usually do like a total joke thing at the end where I just jam. And then someone just raps over me drumming, which is pretty fun. But I think it should be changed to Max to his friends because I'm a senior and this is my last coffee house. Hey. So I would like to first thank the review, which I'm a part of. So Max, you did a wonderful job. Thank you. Thank you, Bridget and Lily, for putting this on. Thank you, Dana. Sasha, Luke, Colleen, Fiona, me, Pilar, and Mr. Murphy. Thank you for putting this on and putting up with us over these years. And then thanks, Tyler, I guess. You did a good job. And Mr. Wilcock, you did a great job this evening. Thank you. So, alright. So, after that, I think all of the performers did a wonderful job this evening. I got it. Everyone did a wonderful job, and I really like what everyone had to say. And I would second my boy Liam's part about how art, you need to break boundaries and like test people because nothing can really be achieved if nothing changes. And I think that could be said in our world as well, and in school, because the seniors, you and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. I pointed to. We're all going to another stage in our life, and I think it's really pivotal time, and the juniors, which are everyone who I'm not going to point to, I think you have big shoes to fill. But besides that, I feel like you will fill them very easily because the shoes ain't that big. And I was thinking I was gonna sing a song, even though I don't really sing. So I'm just gonna sing like 5 lyrics from one song that I thought of, which I know the lyrics to. And it's Wonderful World by Otis Redding, which is the main hook of the song is he's speaking to the love of his life. He's talking about how he's not super special. He doesn't know much about trigonometry, doesn't know much about geography, or something that rhymes with that. But, oh, what a wonderful world it will be. And I feel like that's really something special, where if you put your heart towards something, you can achieve it, even if you don't know everything that the Schmatis people know.
Big softy.
Okay. And I'm gonna do a giant drum solo. Just kidding, I won't. But I will play the piano, which you can't really play, but it's a fun joke. This is a C. And this is an E. And this is a G. And together they make a triad. That's a good sounding tone. Okay, thank you everyone for coming to the coffee house.